Everyone else has got their life so figured out, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. My name's Tor, and I'm here to discuss what you should do if you feel like you're behind in life. And the funniest thing about this concept of being behind in life is that I guarantee you that every single person, 99% of people, no matter who they are, believe that they're behind in life. 99% of people. Especially in today's day and age when you have social media and things like that allow you to compare yourself to others so frivolously. You can spend a whole day comparing yourself to other people if you really want to. So naturally, especially because social media tends to be quite glamorized, you're going to look at everyone else's life and decide that you're behind in life, which is wrong for a number of reasons, which I'll come on to. But first and foremost, you're only behind in life if you choose to believe that you are behind. This is the same principle you'll find that on this channel and the topics I speak about in general, whether you've been to one of my talks in real life or you've been at an event that I was at or anything like that. I speak about the same principle all the time. That is that you are just an amalgamation of your own beliefs. Your life is just your own beliefs made up and repeated back to yourself. That's what your life is, and that's what your life has always been. So if you believe that you're behind, then you'll be behind. If you believe that you're ahead, then you'll be ahead. You have two choices. You can choose to believe that you're behind or ahead. I recommend choosing to believe that you're ahead, but if you want to choose that you're behind, you be my guest. Now, in terms of whether you want to believe that you're behind or you're ahead, the only reason you'd ever believe you're behind is because you're comparing yourself to others. Similarly, the only reason you'd ever choose to believe that you're ahead is because you're comparing yourself to others who maybe aren't experiencing life the same way that you are. But you shouldn't be comparing yourself to others anyway, simply because other people are just not you. The reason we compare ourselves to others in this society is because when we went to school and when we were educated at a very young age, we were put into an environment where it was about comparing yourself to others. It was about getting the best grades. It was about being the best at sports. It was about having the most friends. It was about being the most socially accepted. This was a construction of a belief system that we all came together to co-create, suggesting that being better or being ahead of others would benefit you in life. There is no ahead or behind. There isn't one. The reason there cannot be an ahead or behind is because the universe that we exist in is infinite. And for you to understand the nature of infinity, if you can understand the nature of infinity, by definition, that means it's always existed and it always will exist. Which means that no matter where you are along that journey towards infinity, you're all at the same place. You're all stationary because there is no end and there is no beginning. So you're all just in the same place. You're all the same person. You're all just the same. So this whole idea of one person being ahead of you or one person being behind is a made up fabrication of your own mind. Now you may be sat there 45 years old, working a job that barely pays the bills, not able to feed your kids and living in poor conditions and listening to this and thinking, but Tor, my life is behind my peers who are earning 6-7 figures and living in the Bahamas somewhere. And I'm just going to say the same thing to you. You only think you're behind them because you believe that you're behind them. It takes a very, very detached mind to think in this way. I've trained my mind to be able to think in this way, that there is no comparison between self and others. This is just the easiest way to navigate life, if I'm completely honest with you, because otherwise you're always going to be in a situation where you believe you're behind someone and you believe you're trying to catch up to someone. And that's okay if you can accept that. The easiest thing to do is to just see yourself as someone who's existing and experiencing life the way that you wish to experience it. And if you're not enjoying the way that you're experiencing your life, then there's something you want to change in that aspect. There may be something you want to reframe, but that doesn't mean that you're behind anyone, and it doesn't mean that they're ahead of you. All it means is that maybe someone earns more money than you. Maybe someone goes on more vacations than you. Maybe someone has a bigger house than you. Maybe someone is more respected than you. Maybe someone has a bigger family than you and a bigger social circle than you. But none of these things actually mean anything at all, other than the belief that you assign to them. So for you to say that you're behind someone, the only thing that you're behind is understanding your own belief system. That's the only thing that you're behind. And what you need to do is learn to be content with yourself, learn to love yourself. And I hate when people say love yourself because it's such a cliche statement, but in this principle it applies, because for you to say that you're behind someone or you're behind in life, if you say you're behind in life, that means you're behind someone. For you to say that you're behind in life just means that you are not happy and content with yourself, and you're not happy and content with your human experience. And that also dictates to me that you'll never be happy and content with your experience, because even if you were to win $1 million tomorrow and turn your whole life around and have these big holidays and big parties and whatever, you're just going to look at the next person and say, well, they make $1,001,000 and I want to earn more than them. And through that, you'll never be content. You'll always be striving to try and be bigger or better than the next person, which doesn't exist. And it never has existed, and it never will exist. Because we're very finite in our thought processes, we grew up in an environment where we were encouraged to compete with everyone else. And we believed that in order to experience life better, we'd have to overtake someone else, as if there's some kind of race. I don't know where we're racing to. There's nowhere for us to race to, because like I said, we just exist in a space that's infinite anyway. So there's no race, there's just a bunch of stuff that's going on. Really, there's nowhere for you to race to, there's no one for you to be better than, there's no one for you to beat. If you want to be competitive in life, you can, that's fine. If you enjoy being competitive in life, that's perfectly fine. But understand that the competition is a fabrication of your own mind. And that's essentially the message here about being behind in life. If you believe you're behind in life, then you will be, because that's what you've chosen to experience. However, if you believe you're right on track, whether you're 50 and you don't have a home to go to, and you believe you're right on track, then you will be right on track, because that is what you believe. And that's all that matters, is your beliefs. So make sure you learn how to control your own mindset and detach from what other people are doing. Never compare yourself to anyone else, because it's just the most pointless exercise you could ever do. Detach from what other people are doing, observe them, and if someone's doing something that you like, learn from them. That's the idea of a growth mindset, is to learn from others around you. But detach from trying to be better than the next person or trying to be ahead in life, because there's no such thing as ahead and there's no such thing as behind. There only is life itself.